Hey viewers, welcome back to another episode of Live2Ride. It's JP Falk here, living in Whistler, Blackcomb, which unfortunately has just closed for the season. RIP snowboarding on the resort. No. Luckily I am the master of my own fate, and I pulled the trigger this year and decided to buy a snowmobile. So at least I have the opportunity to go out there and get some snowboarding done. And I had a most splendid week. I'm out here with my friend Reymi, and Mikey Barton, and we started off with these steep chutes coming up here. It was absolutely heartbreaking to come out of isolation after having COVID for 10 days and to come out to the mountain closing, and I was so fortunate to catch that one last day before the resort closed and go back up and just lap and lap and lap, and I was sending hits from memory straight into POW. I'm so glad I had that day.
Phew.
We spotted this first chute from below and parked up, set up camp, and then doubled back up to the top of this peak, and we figured this approach was a little easier than trying to double the sleds down and back up another steep face. So we had a little hike for ourselves at the top.
No. There you are. Fuck yeah. Cool spot. Yeah. Ooh, big crest underneath. Yeah, buddy.
Snow was very variable this day. There was wind effect, sun effect, and no fresh snow for several days now. Avi advisory was moderate to low in tree line to low in sub tree line. This next chute started off with an aspect too steep for snow to hang on to.
I can't turn left. Look at that POW!
As we got to the shaded side of the run, there was a little bit more snow loaded up from possibly wind. So right here is exactly why you go one at a time across these things. I cut a little high above where there's no tracks, and the snow beneath me releases here. You'll see in a moment when I go. So really this is just a slough slide. It's not that big a deal. It wouldn't have buried me, but
Holy fuck.
It did feel a bit unsettling feeling the snow release underneath me, and I feel if I'd mishandled it, I could have been swept away, and there was possibly that one little cliff or some trees or Abbey debris below that you could get swept into.
Mikey dropping in.
I'm glad I kept my composure and just cut high,
Holy
and after
shit.
that I just wanted to keep the run kind of mellow and just get down safely. We turned the terrain knob down a bit to some lower pitch, higher fun runs, and these were pretty loaded. The snow was so nice down this run. My focus for most of these were just on keeping the flow and dealing with the terrain as it came at me, kind of spotting this all blind and trying to keep oriented to where the staging was for the sleds.
Actually a little bit of a corner. Let's see. Yeah, even just that shoot down there would be sick. Oh yeah, it's untouched. Go for it. Go for it. Okay. Just ride it non-stop. Yeah. I'm gonna go like down this one. You can air off that little thing. Nice, Ross.
So time goes pretty fast in the backcountry, and we got a little tired, and we decided to start our mission back because we were pretty far out from where we originated in the parking lot. I put the chesty on, and I got some awesome footage of some sledding action that I'm just so happy with how far I've progressed on this thing and what it's allowed me to access, and I'm so grateful that I get to snowboard these zones because of this thing, that I have this opportunity. Mikey was borrowing Ross's sled and had very little sled experience before today. So impressed with how well he did.
Gun it back up this thing. Good track in. You're killing it, dude. You're doing good side hilling. You're doing good side hilling. Nice. You want to follow my track?
So right here, I'm trying to side hill and turn it uphill, and my ski misses the track and gets sucked down this one that goes downhill instead. And I potentially get myself stuck with the skis uphill here when I flop over. So right here, I recognize that if I try to just drive straight out of this situation, I'm probably going to trench. So instead what I do is I flip and blip the throttle to get it on its downhill side. And then I'm going to dig snow out from around the track and then flip it and roll it and just ride downhill and try to come up at this thing at another angle. The following day, the AVI advisory went up to moderate in all aspects, slides possible on all aspects, and the sun was out with lots of heat. So we were very prudent about looking out for cornices and overhanging things that could fall above us, and careful not to get onto anything too steep or too directly facing the sun. The snow was heavy, sun affected, and wind loaded and wind affected in certain areas, which made for really interesting snowpacks, and actually really had to go hunting for stuff to ride. The zone was just way more cooked in the sun than we felt comfortable with, so we got out of there and went looking for things that were more easily accessible with one sled with two of us doubling, and directly north facing if we could find it. So here I could feel the wind affected or wind scalped snow here, and I wanted to get over to the nice shaded snow under that north facing rock, but I was wary looking up at that cornice making sure I'm not really directly underneath the exposure of it, because that could release at any time under the sun.
Oh, leg burner. Woo. Oh.
We built a tiny jump in the sun. It was a bit of a fast, sketchy build, and the lip was super soft. We didn't really put too much time into it. It was just fun to hang out and dig with a friend and talk and shoot the shit.
Woo, it's a bit soft.
Look at that.
Yeah! Oh, that felt so good. Oh.
I wanted to see if I could go just a little bit bigger. Then the lip started disintegrating and things started to fall apart.
Whoa.
Next build will be a proper big kicker that we leave overnight and let it solidify so you can actually spin off of it. So anyway, viewers, I hope you enjoyed this content, and I hope it inspires you to go out and get out and ride for yourselves. I'll leave you with some shots of the last day when I was on the mountain. If you liked this content, hit like. If you want to see more, please subscribe.